Welcome back to another episode of Anime and Beyond Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing over episode 6 of One Punch Man. Season 2. Before we begin, please subscribe. With that said, we're going to get right into it.
This episode picks up right where it left off last week. We see monsters attacking all over the city, and some heroes are getting wrecked and some are putting up a fight.
Yeah, we see Blizzard fighting this one monster. She's like this whip lady, and me and Noah were discussing. We think that she is actually a representation of herself.
Yeah,
someone that is like her. She thinks she's strong because she can control people. As you've seen her before, she has that group. It's called the Class B group.
Yeah.
She can control them, as well as on the enemy side, the monster. Whenever she whips you, she can as odd as that sounds, she can control you.
Yeah.
And so we saw that, and we were seeing those similarities in there.
When Blizzard's fighting this other monster version of herself, we see a flashback to Saitama, where he's like, your Class B club is gonna come back and hurt you. And it's almost literally what happens.
It's poetic.
Yes, it is.
Poetic.
Because the Whip Girl, she's controlling these guys to attack Blizzard, and then Blizzard tries to stop them, and her back's turned to the monster, and then she gets whipped all up on her back.
It is poetic.
Literally came back to hurt her. Came back to hurt her back. Anyways.
Yeah. What was interesting was whenever she got whipped, of course she fell to the ground because she was hurt, but she wasn't controlled like the other people were. I think one of the reasons why is because she wasn't as weak as they were, but also the more bigger reason is because she was an Esper. Her and both her sister, I don't think they can be controlled by that sort of weapon or tool.
Yeah, and we've seen in Mob Psycho 100 where it's like filled with Espers. We've seen them use their Esper ability to create like a shield or like a body armor.
Yeah, and then we see her come back, and then she starts attacking her back, and from that we kind of see that she could actually probably take her on by herself. But I think what was hindering her was the fact that she had the Class B group with her, those little people in the tux.
Yeah.
And then we see her sister come by and kind of save the day for her.
Yeah, and what she thought throughout this whole time leading up to Saitama, and then this time, she thought this group was her greatest strength, which it ended up being her greatest weakness in a real battle. Yeah. But like you said, Tornado comes up next, and she just kind of gives a little like movement like that, and all of the Class B club just goes flying. And Blizzard's like, what are you doing? You weren't supposed to hurt them. She's like, that's my team. She's like, that wasn't even an attack. So if Tornado would have really attacked, she could have taken out all three of them. Blizzard, her little group, and the monster version of Blizzard.
Yeah, and then she says, please get rid of him.
Yeah,
like, basically get rid of him whenever they wake up, or
yeah, and then tell them to not be in the city when a real attack happens.
Yeah,
that's how worthless Tornado saw them as.
Yeah.
Tornado's strength actually kind of exposed Blizzard's flawed or distorted thinking on how just because she's in control of a group of Class B heroes is power. Like it really means nothing in the large scheme of things. And like Devin said, Tornado told her to get rid of this class because she needs to improve on her own. She doesn't need these people. These people kind of needed her more than she needed them.
It's interesting because she's focused on more of preserving her teammates than getting stronger. She's not, she's kind of in a static phase where she's not even worried about growing stronger or getting better, which is probably one of the main goals that should be one of the main goals for a hero. And she's over here relying on these weak team members that, of course, we see Tornado just blow away, which kind of just shows how weak they are. And so it kind of shows her where her mindset's at.
Yeah.
She's not being the hero that she could be. So.
Yeah. Next, we see Genos leave the martial arts tournament and go try to take on some of these monsters. That way, Saitama can focus on his fight, and he can take care of these things really quickly. We see him going through monsters, just like one attack after another attack. He's not punching them, but it's in a way it's kind of like a one punch, one attack and they're done. Until we see him get to the cockroach.
Yeah.
Nasty little.
The little cockroach. That thing was nasty. Because it's really fast. It's kind of like the speed of Sonic.
Yeah.
Because it's really fast. Genos even says like it's kind of hard to keep up with him, and Genos is getting attacked from all sides, and then Genos pulls out this one move or technique that stops the roach in his tracks, and then he's able to blast him. But then the roach escapes. Supposedly. We think that he annihilated him.
It literally looked like he got roasted.
Yeah, the roast. Yeah, exactly. But
if he would have ripped off from his legs and ran away, it would have made sense because I looked this up to make sure, but I thought of this when I was watching it. Roaches can regrow their legs.
I didn't know that.
Oh, they can. They can. Yeah.
So
right. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big loss to him.
How about that? Yeah. No wonder they're so hard killed in nuclear blasts.
That's right.
They can just regrow everything.
Is Genos starting to seem like Inspector Gadget to you?
Kind of.
With that move,
yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of. Go Gadget,
yeah.
like
Go Gadget oil.
So, yeah.
Go Gadget blast. Go Gadget dead.
Going back to the tournament, we see a couple different fights, but it looks like in all the fights with the main characters, like with Suryu and with Saitama, the typical Shonen Jump protagonist who seem like they have, they're a great goal. They want to be Hokage. They want to be the strongest fighter to protect the village, whatever. It seems like they're the ones that are getting whooped, and they're losing to people who don't really have this goal or this aspiration for something great.
Yeah, and then the people who don't have that much aspirations, like the karate, Sudi. Yeah, he has no aspiration to be great. He's just kind of strong, and he's like, my goal is to be comfortable, basically. And we all see Saitama. Of course, his goal was to be the strongest from the get-go, but I mean, we don't really see him having to train either.
Yeah, now he's just bored.
Yeah, so he's like, it's like they're already at the peak of what people are gaining to be, and so they have no goals, and the other people do. But one thing I noticed in this episode is Sudi is pretty cocky. I mean, it's pretty subtle, but he is pretty cocky. You see that, like you said, the karate people or the martial artists have a Shonen Jump type of mindset where they always want to get stronger. The snake bite guy and the other dude, Lightning Max, they want to get stronger to help protect people. And like I said, the Suryu, he has no goal. He just wants to live a comfortable lifestyle. And he's kind of dogging on him and just making fun of him, saying like, you'll never, almost having this persona of like, you'll never get to where I'm at. I'm already way up there. So I just think that this kind of like what Saitama was saying about Blizzard. I think that's gonna catch up to bite him, like in the future.
Yeah, it could. He does mention
maybe Saitama will be the one that does it.
Yeah, hopefully next week.
Yeah, that would be nice to see.
He does mention that to Snakebite that we will still be around. We will survive. We will win because we're the strongest ones, and it's him, Tornado, Garou, and Saitama on the toilet. Yeah.
Suryu has, KO'd people with one hit, kind of like Saitama. So, at first when I saw that, I was thinking maybe this dude is up there with Saitama, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
He might be like an anomaly, kind of like Garu or Genos, but I don't think he's going to be up there at all.
The next fight we see is Saitama versus Bakuza. Now, Bakuza is kind of like built up to be this strong, like vicious, dangerous fighter, and everyone was like pointing out that they had guys ready to run onto the
had
stage with stretchers and like, medical equipment.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they looked like they were ready.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see him coming up to him, and was it Bakuza?
Yeah.
Walked up to Saitama and says, you know, are you an amateur? And he was like, yeah, I'm new to this. And he's like, show me what you got. And he was like, okay, this is gonna be my deadly kick. This is gonna be this. It's gonna be that. This. He's basically telling him like, this is how you're gonna get defeated, and it's gonna hurt. And then he touches his head, and then Saitama just one punches him, and he's out for the count. And it's ironic because it's flipped, because you think the stretch is gonna be for Saitama, but it was actually for him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and
a lot of
like they were trying to really build it up, especially with the scene where they're like, oh, we gotta cancel the tournament and have everybody evacuate because monsters are coming. He's like, I'll kill them all. And we have some of the strongest martial arts masters here, but they kind of had confidence in him that he could do it. And I mean, I know we've seen this over and over again, where these heroes who people think are the strongest continue to get like wrecked by Saitama or exposed that they're not that strong, like King and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's funny, man.
Yeah.
Anytime Saitama one punches someone, even though I know it's gonna happen, it's just funny to see like them build them up and then just he tears them down really, really quickly.
I just like Saitama's facial reaction because it's just bland. It's like there's no excitement, there's no emotion. He's like, oh.
He's just completely bored. Even this. He said, "Oh, I forgot to make it a fight or something."
Yeah, like one of the old KOs he used to do. He's just like, oh, I forgot my, or is it? I guess the old season where he's like, I forgot to
hold back or something.
Yeah, or no, I forgot something at home or something. Forgot to put my laundry in the basket, and then he's like, ah. He's like so dramatic, really dramatic.
At the end of the episode, we get to see a big, who looks like the boss, the final boss of the monsters, and some other guys talking to him about like the strongest monsters that they haven't even come out yet. One's walking towards the martial arts stage. So
and one looks like defeated Genos.
Genos, yeah. So it will be interesting to see if next week one of the monsters who defeated Genos, or if they're going to interrupt the tournament, if we're going to even see Saitama go over Suryu. I mean, I hope we do. I hope if it gets interrupted, it gets interrupted after that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with that monster. We'll see what happens with Tornado's entrance to where Blizzard was really, really cool. It's like pff, 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 destruction everywhere. Then that head falls down, and it's like, they have monsters too. And then she's like, we're gonna escape. That was really cool.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, your theories. Let us know if you like this episode or not. Be sure to check out our other social media accounts. That said, I'm Devin.
I'm Noah.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace.